Ugh. My hands are freezing. It's so cold down here. It is insanely cold down here. And it's got to be cold down here for it to be warm in the rest of the house. It's just like it just doesn't circulate the right way. But I mean, heat rises, right? So, whatever. I don't even know if audio is working. I might be talking to myself at this point. Hopefully, I'm not. But you never really know. Right? So we got never really know. Okay. So we got never really know. All right, let me go back over here. All right, let me. And yeah, if you guys want to join me on Twitch, let me go over to the live stream really quick, or YouTube. Am I on the wrong? I'm on the wrong channel. I'll wait for some people to get in here before we jump into all of the juicy detail. What juicy detail, you might ask? Not really much. Not really anything, actually. Just seeing, going through the days, the countdown that we have until Shiberium's launch, just to see how much of an impact that actually has. So we'll wait for some people to get in here. I'm going to go over to Twitter and post this. All right. So we got about 27 people here. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. I appreciate all of you for being here. Anybody that's a subscriber, anybody that's a member or moderator, I appreciate all of you that are here. Good morning, Fire King. Good morning, Blue Collar Crypto. Gary Fowler, good morning. Had a super loud lightning sound happen about a half an hour ago, and I couldn't fall back to sleep. Well, it's good. You're awake with all of us. But might not be good because then it feels like you're super tired at work, right? Can you look at Brick? Yes, we can definitely look at it eventually throughout some time. We're gonna give it a little bit of a couple of minutes to warm up. I have a lot of yawns in me right now. 6:02 a.m. Here in Texas. Yeah, it's 7:02 right now in PA. Good morning. Brick is going nuts. Is it? I saw some tweets about it. Crazy big boom. Cat alarms going off everywhere. Wait, cat alarms? Good morning, DJ Trev. I actually didn't see your live stream. I saw the live stream, but I didn't get a chance to watch it. I actually started to watch it and then got interrupted as I started to watch it, and I apologize for not being able to make it. I was in the middle of recording my videos for the day, which actually got interrupted multiple times, and I was very, very upset because it wasn't like my kids that were interrupting it. It wasn't Erica that was interrupting it. It was so there's kids that come over and jump on the trampoline all the time, and they rang the doorbell like 5 times. So I told them it was good to jump on the trampoline. You're okay. Go ahead and do it. And then I guess they rang the doorbell to ask a couple of other questions and what they could do if they can go in the pool. And I was like, no, can't do that. Um, so especially while no one else is out there, we're not just gonna have kids in the pool and go out there. There's a kid that can't swim, so it's like that's not a good situation. But anyways, got interrupted multiple times, so I was a little bit upset with that. Harper knows once, unless I'm live streaming, Harper knows once I'm recording that you really don't interrupt unless it is something's really going on. So if she does interrupt, there's always times where it's like I hurt my arm or hurt my elbow or something, and I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. And then I'll just cut the video and all that stuff. But the life of taking 8 to 10 minutes to record a video every day. Let's see. Made my room bright. Yeah, well, that'll happen. Guys, we got 56 people here. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button as soon as you get in here, please do so. And if you're not following me on Kick, please feel free to follow me on Kick. I want to, grow that platform a lot more and continue to stream over there. We have 1 subscriber over here, 110 followers, but we have 1 subscriber, and I appreciate you for subscribing. The subscriptions over here are way better than Twitch, and obviously better than YouTube. YouTube's memberships are at a certain level, and I like the memberships, but it's I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it wasn't a streaming platform first, right? It was about creating videos. Now it's a popular streaming platform. Good morning, Captain Crypto and Always Sheer. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Also in Kick, I'm in the process of adding the different emotes to the stream as well. That's what I want to do. And thank you for the person that's watching over on Twitch. I appreciate that. Matt rocking the Jerry curl. Since when do you not know my hairstyle here? I've always had curls. Yeah, no dilution with brick either. That's a good thing. Shib will definitely be a big part of this market uptrend with the release of Shiberium and so much hype behind the project. Yeah, I just hope that it's not challenged by how the market is moving on that day. Because if you don't see any type of movement or hype around Shiberium release and see Shiba Inu and Bone move at in a certain direction, which is up, while the rest of the market may be moving down or the rest of the market may be moving up. If it doesn't fight the way the market's going, which right now is not in the right direction, then it might not be the best situation for any of the investors. We might not see Shiberium create that much of an impact if Shiba Inu and Bone are both not going to have big green days, right? Or weeks. I was working. Sorry, I missed it as well. Got that Sofro glow. Wait, what is it called? Soul Glow or something from that movie. I can't think of it right now. Coming to America. There we go. Good morning, fellow channel members. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm sure everyone is doing well. I can't complain at least. I mean, I could complain about things. Anybody can complain about their position not being up or not having $1 million. But I saw this video to where I forget who said it. It might have been like Grant Cardone or it might have been somebody else. Um, uh, I can't remember who it is, but there was a quote from, I believe it was either my generation or a generation before that. I'm pretty sure it's uh, millennials that came up with it, um, where he asked somebody in the audience and said, if I gave you $10 million, would you accept it? And they were like, yeah, I would accept it. And they were like, but the only stipulation is that you can't wake up tomorrow. Would you still accept it? And they were like, no. So what you're telling me is waking up tomorrow is worth $10 million. Is it worth $100 million? Something like that. And they were like, well, well, yeah, I would love to wake up. And it's like, so wake up every day happy like you just got $10 million. And honestly, it's a great way of looking at life because, waking up is definitely more valuable. Being alive and being able to see your kids and all this other stuff is way more valuable. But I saw somebody from, Gen Z is pushing it off as their own um, quote. And not to say that it's just a generational, that it's just about a generational thing, but I'm sure as this person within our generation, passes away, it becomes this person's quote who has the most views. So it's interesting, but it is a great way to think about things. Um, there's so much speculation. Bitcoin going to 100K before the halving. This will lead to some projects going 100x. I believe certain tokens as CRO, Jasmy, Lunic creating crypto wealth. So I don't know if Bitcoin's going to 100K before the halving, right? I would love to see that happen, but so many predictions are saying that things are going to happen after the halving, that it's going to be well after the halving, which doesn't really line up with me and where I see the market going. I see it starting to react, at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, seeing, major moves up to the halving. That's what I see. But then I see all these predictions out here and it makes me kind of change my mind as I see, um, you know, other data and other, information that's out there about this. And so it's I don't know. It's kind of tricky because I'm always going off of all the different pieces of information that we have out there, all the research that I can do. But the research is telling me 2024, 2025. My research and what I see and my speculation, honestly, is showing me that 2023, 2024 would be kind of that start and major push that we will see. Because it doesn't make sense to have for it to happen in 2025. What would that be? A 3-year bear market? That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm complaining that I got woken up early. Well, yeah, I guess. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Did you get the Elmo info at least? No, I literally watched. Um, I started the beginning of it. I was trying to find when you started because your live stream will, like, you'll get on early and there will be like nothing for a little bit and then you'll talk about stuff for a little bit and then I think you'll have the conversations afterwards or listen in afterwards. So I was trying to get to that point, and as I was trying to, kind of sift through it, um, I got interrupted. So I had to close my phone and help Harper out with her drawing, and I that stuff comes first. So um, that kind of cue is that question then? Question is that any day that you can wake up and complain about complain about is a great day already. Exactly. Absolutely. I'm so afraid that the having happens. Wait, the halving happens and it has zero effect on the market. Yeah. Um, but that's why I guess people are trying to lower expectations, right? Because if that is the case, then you have a lot of people that have these predictions out here that say end of 2024, 2025 is where the bull market happens. So if it happens beforehand, then everything looks great and they forget about their predictions. But if it happens when they say it's going to happen, or somewhere around that time that's after the halving, then they're looked at as a hero and a champion for saying exactly when the bull run will take place. So it's kind of like what I do with a lot of things. I try to um, take expectations and knock them down a notch or seven. And if we know the worst case scenario, then the best case scenario, or even in the middle where it probably will be, is way better than the worst. So that's probably what they're doing. Um, Facts. If I'm dead, I can't complain about work. Oh, what's this beautiful thing that rotates on your table? This thing that catches everybody's attention. I want to actually put it more in frame, but I haven't put it more in frame. Um, Only usually when Emmy's laying back here, but Emmy's not back here because I didn't clean the litter box today, and I'm going to clean the litter box after the live stream. So if I have her down here, she will try and be in the litter box and trying to eat everything in there, which is disgusting. So can't have her down here. So, but anyways, this is a some sort of perpetual motion device. It's a moving motion sticks or something. It's actually in my Amazon store if you want to check it out. But yeah, I thought this was cool. I saw this in Iron Man, and I was like, "What is that? I want to buy it." And every time I go to Amazon, I was like, "Thank you for subscribing, Armin. Thank you for subscribing." Um, but every time I went to Amazon, I was like, "This is in my wish list. Let me go ahead and buy this." So I bought it. I like it. I feel like I watch it pretty frequently. Sit here and it gets you thinking about stuff, right? You start thinking about life and growing up, and not for me, but the the children. I think I've grown up enough. I think at least. Sometimes I make silly faces and noises, but that's only because I'm trying to make the kids laugh. Um, in a nutshell, Elmo's listing on MEXC. However, in order to do so, they are dropping the sell tax on all CEXs. Why? Why? Is there a follow up reason to that? How do they do that when they already have a contract with them? So they're not going to have a sell tax anywhere? Are they not having a sell tax on MEXC as well? Call you on what? Discord? I mean, I probably should watch the video and support your video. I still should probably support it. Is it a call between the two, or is it a call between Discord? Is it a call between like you and like Master Elmo or something, or whatever, whoever? Sorry, before we get into all the Shib stuff and everything, let me go ahead and call. Hopefully, your voice doesn't pop up too loud. Wait, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm at work. How well can you hear me? Is it loud?
I can hear you perfectly fine.
All right, good. Um, so they did a no, they did a VC yesterday in the Telegram. This is a
Okay.
conversation that has actually been going on for a couple weeks. I had it with the developer a couple weeks ago. He kind of ran this by me, and we were kind of chit chatting about it. But basically, they are finding that no tier one exchange will list them with a cell tax. They just can't get it done. And so MEXC has made them a really good offer to list. However, the offer also has a time frame on it. They have to make a decision by Friday. And the offer basically is no listing fee whatsoever. They will get them listed. They've got to come up with, I think, $50,000 for like market maker kind of stuff or whatever, but that's all it's going to cost them. And then they can get on MEXC, which they're calling a tier one exchange. Some people call it a tier two exchange.
Hmm.
But they feel like getting on MEXC is really going to boost the uh, uh, the transaction
Volume.
volume exactly. Uh, and but like I said, MEXC will not. They've tried and tried and tried. MEXC will not implement the tax. So if they go ahead and take this deal, which they're 99.8% sure that they're going to do, you can't have no tax with MEXC, but a tax on L Bank or a tax on Bitmart or what. So they're dropping the tax altogether on CEXs. There will still be a tax on the DEX, but who the hell's gonna trade there if you can trade elsewhere with no tax? Sell with no tax at all.
Yeah.
And then they're going to find other ways to continue to burn. I guess the game is going to have some sort of burn mechanism, and they'll do buybacks and burns and whatever they can to try to compensate for what they'll be losing burn wise by getting rid of this tax. But Master showed basically the amount that they're actually getting from these CEXs with this burn tax, and what they're able to burn. It just hasn't been a hell of a lot because there just has not been the volume. So this is the move that they're deciding to make. They feel like it'll catapult them a little bit. It'll bring some money into the project, which they can parlay into getting onto other, hopefully tier one CEXs, and that's the deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were right by saying that I wouldn't like this at all because
I
that.
knew you would. I knew you wouldn't like it because the main reason that you were crazy about it was because of the deflationary aspect.
Yeah,
So
it's not even about, well, yes, it's about that, but it's about trying to fight to make the deflationary aspect something bigger on these exchanges, something more that all of them can see, a future in projects by seeing those deflationary tactics, whatever it is, whether it's a buy and sell tax or it's just a sell tax. So the fact that that's completely gone, it takes away their entire identity and what they were trying to do. Even though they're
uh,
gonna have a,
this
even
is
though they're gonna have a, go ahead.
the exact argument that I gave. It's exactly what I said. I wasn't so
I
worried about the move because I understand them wanting to get on CEXs. That's also very important. But I was very worried about the optics because the whole popularity of Elmo has been that it was this unbelievable hyper deflationary project that was different than all the other meme coins because of it. And so now we're getting rid of that. It's either one or the other is what it comes down to. CEXs will not implement a burn tax. It's just like with
see
loans;
that
they won't do
that's
it.
see that's where I think that they are wrong, right? I feel like they won't do it now, but if you make a strong enough case and you understand that yes, tier 1 CEXs probably won't do it and maybe tier 2 won't do it. But if you list on enough tier 3, if you get enough popularity to where people are supporting that and we're seeing tons of volume that's going through, they're going to find a way to list it. And that's what we should be fighting for. But the fact that we're just giving up and, saying, look, all right, well, a tier 2 CEX is not going to list us unless we don't have a cell tax. So we're just going to fold. That's at first sight, especially having 5 exchanges that are willing to do it, it shows that exchanges are willing to do it, but you're willing to give up everything for a tier 2 CEX, and it's just it just doesn't line up with me. It doesn't feel right. And
Well,
it's gonna make me not feel as great about this project because it takes away what I was so hype about, which was the fact that they were going to decrease the supply with CEX volume, where the money is. No matter what you do on the DEX side, it's not going to be as much volume as what you have on the CEX side. So I don't know. That's
they are promising to find other ways to continue to burn and to possibly even burn at a larger rate than what the 10% tax has been able to do. And I even asked, I said, is this something that's kind of up for a vote? Is this something that's up to the community? And no, this is a decision that the team of 6 basically has made, and this is what they're going to do. I absolutely understand what you're saying. Like I said, I made that same argument. I don't like the way that it looked. But I also look at how hard did we try, and even you tried. I mean, you went on a bent trying to get everybody to jump on these CEXs and try to get them to implement the cell tax for Lunk.
Mhm.
Uh, and if a big project like Lunk, a big market, a big cap project like Lunk could not get them to do it, what chance does a little cap, like Elmo have to get them to do it? I mean, I guess that's the reality.
Well, the crazy thing is like I don't know how to really put this or how to word it, but you kind of live by example, I guess. So all the examples that we've set forth with Elmo, you've had various CEXs that have implemented it. To say that no CEXs will implement it, like for Terra Luna Classic, we weren't even able to get Bitmart and Lbank and all of these others to do that. So that's one step forward or one step ahead of Terra Luna Classic and every other project. So it shows that it's possible. But the issue that we're dealing with is we don't know what they're dealing with behind the scenes to why they want to make this leap. Is it something where they're just looking for, an inflow of cash or what?
Yeah,
Because
and that's not anything that was. This isn't anything that was said to me by anyone. But trying to read behind the lines, trying to read the tea leaves, I think that uh, money is probably a little short with the project right now. Um,
yeah.
and I think that probably has some. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm thinking that probably has something to do with this decision as well, because if they go on like this with the very low volume that they've had, and really not getting anything from L Bank or these other guys in way of a really huge burn or tax or whatever, I don't know that they have the money without coming out of their own pockets or giving up their own coins or whatever to continue to develop and go on. I don't
Well,
see how they can
that's what
do
I
it.
well, that's what I never understood about a lot of the projects. I know they're always trying to create hype with NFTs and staking and everything like that. And I guess for staking, it's a different story because staking, it's like you're holding value in there for a certain period of time, and it creates strength within the project. That's understandable. But with like NFTs and gaming and all these other things that you're trying to develop on the DEX side, it just doesn't make sense to do that in a down market. For me, it never made sense, and that's why whenever I hear about different things that projects are developing, especially as we're at a $1.17 trillion market cap for the entire market, it just doesn't make sense why they're doing it. They're spending money when it's not necessary to really spend money to develop those things. So honestly, just maintaining what you have and continuing as you're moving forward and just putting out different things, making sure you're tweeting, making sure people are engaged. That's really all you need to do, which doesn't really cost that much money, but everything else does cost money, and then that's where you end up dealing with what happened with Lunatics token and other projects that really just can't afford to continue to run. And I was hoping that they can push through this bear market, but if they're going to spend money, you're not going to be able to get through it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got people. running. You know, it's their project. They're running the project. I'm sure they have information that even you or I don't have about what's going on in the background. So I don't know financially. I don't really know what's going on exactly. I wasn't crazy about the move. I'm trying to get on board with it and say, okay, if you do find ways to continue to to get rid of this supply, um, if you can do that, and your hunch is right that getting on MEXC will increase the volume so exponentially that it will bring money into the project and you'll have money to get on other CEXs. And if all of what they're hoping for actually comes to fruition,
Mhm.
okay, beautiful. But if it doesn't work out, now what do? Do you throw more spaghetti at the wall and see what else sticks? You know what I mean? The optics of it, I'm not comfortable with. I just hope that it works out.
Yeah, I I don't want to be a part of it. The like I said, the whole identity and the whole reason why I wanted to be a part of this was obviously the transparency, but transparency can change, um, and the deflationary aspect to it. And if that is not there, I honestly don't want to sit here and be like, oh well, this is the and kind of preach the same thing I've been preaching, which is the fact that this is a true hyper deflationary project when it's not, and there's nothing different about it than any other project if it doesn't do that. So honestly, they will not have that support from me if that's the case. But I can't just, I mean, I can sit here and be like, oh, I support the team and what they're doing, and if they're going to be transparent with me and say exactly what's the reasons why they're doing this, and if it is a money problem, and they're trying to figure out how they can launch in other exchanges, which is fantastic. I'm just not going to preach that it is a hyper deflationary project and that it's going to change the game, because it's not. It's going to be the same type of cryptocurrency, and now it's just a meme coin but without a stick to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Elmo Fodev had a conversation about. I said Matt's not gonna like this. um, and I think that they realize that. And so Elmo Fodev says, listen, he says, you know, if when Matt has the time, let's all get on a chat. He wants to talk to you and explain some things to you because I think you've talked to Master, but you've never actually talked to the dev.
Okay.
And he wants to talk and explain some things to you. And I recommend that you do that. They still have my support, but I'm also not naive, and I know clearly that either this is going to work, and I'm going to praise them for making the hard decision, or it's going to fail miserably. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
So time will tell.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me let you get back to work, and
Yeah, so I don't run
hopefully
anybody over. All right.
tell tell your boss or supervisor I'm sorry.
I don't have a boss or supervisor. I'm the boss
Oh,
and
it's just
supervisor.
you. You are the boss or supervisor. Well,
All
tell
right, brother.
yourself I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya. He's got his own company over here. Um, So yeah, that's not something that I'm a fan of, and I guess Trev, he messaged me and he was like, I don't think you're gonna be a fan of it, and I want you to react to it when you hear it. I want to know your raw reaction rather than um what your delayed reaction will be. And a lot of times, when I have my delayed reaction, I start to think about things, but you want to understand exactly what's going through my mind while I'm processing the information. Um, which it's not something I'm happy with, right? And I know this video is supposed to be about kind of Shib and everything that's going on there. Um, and we will obviously talk about that. If you guys can take some time to hit the like button, please do so. It does help out the channel. It helps out growth and all that stuff. So please hit the like button. Um, but yeah, as I see, Elmo, and I don't even know where the price is. As I see, Elmo ERC, the position is all about for me the fact that it is the true hyper deflationary project. And even now looking at the logo or whatever you want to call it, um that would have to change and just be Elmo without the fire behind it. Because honestly, who would go over to the CEX side and sell over there with a 10% tax versus the CEX? Or did I say CEX? Who would go to the DEX side and sell over there with a 10% tax, or go to the CEX and just not sell, or sorry, and sell over there and get 0% tax? I mean, people would choose to go to the 0% tax every time. Um, so it and to say that you're going to be able to burn more than, or maybe the same amount or more than what you're burning right now, is not telling me a lot, because being able to burn the same amount that you have now with a way higher volume that you're getting to just doesn't sit well, right? Because you may be able to burn a million tokens, or whatever, or a certain amount of dollars, right? And continue with those dollars. But then, as you're seeing the CEX volume in the tens, or hundreds of millions or something, you know, I don't know. It just doesn't really fully sit well with me. But that's just me. Um, we will continue to talk about this. Um, but I don't. If they do this, I don't know if they truly have my support there. At least from a you know game changer perspective. Like, if it's just a position, and having different markets, it still makes it valuable. It still makes it something that you could see a future in. It's crazy how things can absolutely change, and the mindset that we had, and the goal, the path that they were taking, was all around you know not settling for listing on an exchange that won't give you uh, that won't accept the sell tax. And to say that you're doing that for, let's say, the fifth option now, or sixth option. If we're talking about exchanges, the fifth option for exchanges, this next level, you want to go from tier 3 to tier 2, and you're like, you know what, we'll give up on the tax, and we're not only going to give up on MEXC, we're going to give up everywhere. Like, what? You have a contract with these areas. I feel like you're obligated to keep it. You can keep it there, or they are obligated to keep it. So no matter what the volume ends up being on these platforms, they're obligated to keep it there. And if you want to list on MEXC, then you list on MEXC. Um, I I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Goran, for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. My hands are very cold. I'm trying to warm them up. Lazy Bones, you became a member. Thank you for being a member. Bone to $10 soon. Leash to $10,000. I mean, that could be a possibility of having. Can't speak ever. Because Leash has been to a higher price. I believe it was like $8,000 is what it shows. I would say it hovered around the 2,000, 3,000 mark, and we're seeing it around $523. It's up 23% all time from the beginning to where it is now. So it's still up either way, but you saw a larger increase there, and then obviously a larger increase all the way up to here before people were selling at that point, which was above $4,000. I don't think that Shiberium Burn's gonna reach 5 trillion per month. Just dream over. All right, someone said let's talk about was it bricks? Brick? Is this it? Fortnite, and how it's up 65%. Again, up to a $31.4 million market cap. Great to see $4.3 million that's flowing through it. Again, this much volume can definitely move a position that's kind of early stages. And that's why we're seeing in the last 24 hours that it is up 65%. The last 7 days, it's up 1,137%. So honestly, um, for me to say like, oh, it's you sorry, thank you for all the people that, or thank you, Goran, for the memberships, and thank you, everybody else, for uh, gracefully accepting the memberships there. None of them are here. So, Goran, I appreciate the memberships. I really do like the gifted memberships. I feel like they mean a lot to me, but I feel like they mean less to YouTube because YouTube picks people just out of random. And a lot of people that are part of my channel may not watch the or may not get notifications or watch the live streams or anything like that. And then they come here and then they notice that they have a membership, or they don't come here at all. And then that was a wasted membership. So I feel like YouTube doesn't do a great job with the people that are in the chat. So even though that still equates to like the same amount that you would have for a super chat, or if you wanted to do gifted subs over on Kick, that would probably be a better option because a lot of people that get gifted subs on Kick or on Twitch, it's people that are in the chat, so you get a gift there. So, not saying that I don't appreciate memberships. I'm just saying that I don't think YouTube appreciates the people that are watching versus just people that are subscribed. Okay, I'll just send you money on a super chat. Well, I appreciate even just the thought of the memberships because either way, it still has the same like dollar value that's there, but I just want people to be able to gain more from it. Um, so I don't know how that really gets done, whether it's again Kick or through that. Don't throw that phrase around. Even joking. What phrase? Yeah, we
Goran
shouldn't
Tomic
throw.
donated $5 through Super Chat. How are you buying Crow?
How am I buying Crow? So typically I buy CRO over on crypto.com when the prices aren't inflated. A lot of times with crypto.com, their prices can get out of hand at times. And I think what you need to do is find the right times where they match what you're seeing on Coin Market Cap or somewhere else. That's where I'm typically buying it. But I don't buy it if they're ridiculous. Now, sometimes when the price drops like really hard, you're not seeing the right price on there, and that's usually the best time to buy CRO. So I will go and buy it on Coinbase, and then I will move it over to the DeFi wallet or somewhere that I want to hold it. But I haven't bought any more Crow in a little bit. Yeah, I haven't bought any more Crow in quite a while. Uh, Matthew, wait, that'll be a cool gift. Yeah, I wish that people would get like people in the live stream would get a a membership. They don't ever give people in the live stream a membership. If you have that's because if you have so many subscribers but you only have let's say 200, 300 people that are in the live stream, they choose one out of 200,000 people and most likely those people are not in the live stream. Matthew, I'm seeing a price prediction for XRP anywhere from $1 to $10,000. What's your prediction for it? So mine is hovering somewhere around the $10 level. Short term is more around the $5 level. Honestly, looking at about a 200 to 250 billion-dollar market cap for something as valuable as XRP, but seeing it even higher than that as we see the crypto market boom to a whole nother level. XRP should be up there with the likes of Ethereum and how much it's actually worth, how much people think it's worth as well. So it should be up there in the $500 billion market cap area. And seeing maybe Ethereum at that time of XRP being at a $500 billion market cap, Ethereum would be at $1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin probably at 1.5, maybe hovering between 1 and 1.5, and Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of fighting for that number one spot. Um And XRP could also be fighting up there, depending, how valuable people think it is. And I mean, a ton of people think it's more valuable than what you have with Ethereum or Bitcoin. But just because people think that way doesn't mean that it actually, goes that way. So my prediction short term is definitely around that $5 level, which again will be a $250 billion market cap, depending on when that happens, right? Because if more coins are being released, it may even be worth a lot or a higher market cap than that, because more coins are out there, meaning that a lower price equals a higher market cap. So it all depends. What is the name of the spinning thing on your desk? I have a link down below. You can get it on Amazon. I was looking for it, so it was a perpetual motion device, right? And I was searching through those, and these are called like the spinning sticks or something, and it's great. It just continues to move, and it's mesmerizing. YouTube takes so much of the super chat money, so you should set up a wallet so people can show their full appreciation directly to you. Yeah, but it's also not something where I feel like they do take, what is it, 30%? They take 30% of it, and then you have 70% that's left over, which you have to pay taxes on that. But either way, we're still seeing 70% of the money that's being sent. So if you send a dollar, right, I get 70 cents out of it. If you have a gifted sub or any type of subs over on Kick, I get like 99% or something. And I think with the one sub that I do have, out of the $4.99 that I have, or we would have of a plan there, I get $4.74. So literally, I get almost all of it. So Kick has like the largest revenue split than any streaming platform. I don't understand why it's a 70-30, but I think Twitch is even worse. I think that's like a 50-50. Any Luna that seems to get for what are you saying? Any Luna that seems to get for free on CDC, I convert to CRO. Yeah, any CRO that I get for free, I just keep that, and I don't restake it. I just keep it. I don't even know. It should be clear because I unstaked about 20,000 of it, and the reason being, the reason I unstaked 20,000 is because as I hit a level of $1, that's where I'm going to take 20,000 coins, which would be $20,000, taking my initial investment of $12,000 and adding on another $8,000 to it, but then keeping $60,000 that's in there. So that's my plan for CRO, but I have to check the DeFi wallet really quick just to see if it is fully unstaked. I got Link, 8 Bonk, and a paid in full man bun. Is that enough for the next bull run? I don't think so. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more than that. I haven't checked out Bonk in a while. Yeah, so it is free. Right now it's about $1,383 worth that I have free, which is 24,045. And how much I have staked, if I go over to earn, I have a total of 61,000 that is staked, and currently I can claim some rewards that I have, which is 482 in total amount that I have staked with X staking. But then I also have Atom over here that's staked, and I could collect one more Atom. And I think I have some that's free. I have Atom that's in my open wallet, which is about 3.39. That's in my open wallet, and I would love to collect. Hopefully, it can get up to a value of about $40 per coin, and have about 4 of those, or maybe 5 of those, and gain about $200, which is still not my initial investment. I would love to gain a lot more from that, and I feel like Cosmos can go a lot further. but we will see. Right now, currently at a value of $8.58. Let's see. I'm trying to post a link of what of my product. Yeah, swinging sticks, kinetic energy sculpture. Now it is I think the actual thing cost a little bit more than the replica. Like this is a replica. I think the real one, which is metal sticks. This is like aluminum. Um, yeah, it's like aluminum. So yeah, it's not really the weight of it, so it doesn't continue to spin without actually having batteries in it. So you have a battery that you have to put in there. But it lasts pretty much forever. Since I got it, I had the battery in there and it's still running. However you use this link, Matt will get a piece of the action. Yes. So if you use any of my links to get any of the products that I have listed on there, you can definitely do that, and I'll get a piece of the action. As a crypto scholar, I can assure XRP will eventually be 4 figures minimum. You're welcome. 4 figures as in $1,000. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like I'm obviously okay with that. I would love to see that happen, and especially for the people that are holding, multiple thousands or tens of thousands of XRP. I didn't decide to buy that much. I bought like maybe $900 worth while it was at like 39 cents or so. Um, and I was happy with that decision. I got this blanket on my legs. I'm trying to tuck this under my legs and make sure I'm nice and snugly warm. Does crypto.com still support the ERC version of the token, or do they just focus on Chronos chain version? Well, um I've sent Chronos saying the ERC. I believe it's ERC, but you can send that still over to crypto.com and you can accept either or. You can accept all types of Chronos, but it is I believe the ERC20 version. I have 99 Atom, but it's on BNB network. My Coinbase wallet grays it out. Wait, so you're saying your Coinbase wallet grays it out? What does that mean? I have it. So do you get a percentage within the APY, David? Do you get like a higher APY? Because I believe the percentage over on the DeFi wallet is like 17% or something. It might be a little bit lower, or it might be a little bit higher. We can check it. Go to earn. So it's 19%, 19.37%. Do you receive an APY at the moment? Have you looked into Wrapped XRP? It did a 4x in 2 weeks, and it looks like it can do a 20x before the bull run. So no, I haven't looked into it. That would be amazing to see that, but I haven't looked into it. I'm predicting Bitcoin will be a different price within a year. Good prediction. Watching you from my Lambo, waiting for the dollar store to open. That's the way to do it. Honestly, you can get a Lambo if you're spending money in the right areas. If you're spending less money, that's how you get a Lambo. That's battery operated. It just lost all of its appeal. So yeah, it spins, but then in order to keep like the spin going, like right there, how it just like got there, and it ends up pushing it a little bit so that it can continue the swing. Because this is a replica. If you get the real one, I think that's like $500 or $1,000 for the It's like buying golf products. You can buy a piece of carpet, right? That it's going to cost you maybe $100 for that square. But then if you buy a piece of carpet that's labeled as a golf hitting mat, right now it's $500 for a square. Like, what? I can buy that at Home Depot, and I'll go ahead and buy it at Home Depot. I wish I could send you a screenshot. It says this asset is on the BNB network. I don't think it's staked. I don't remember ever doing that. You're talking about fake news. No. If you're talking about Atom, I feel as though you said this asset's on the BNB network. So what does that mean? I'm trying to figure out where it's saying this. On Coinbase it's saying this, or on Binance it's saying this. It would make sense on Binance. The browser extension supports BTC, but the mobile version only does ETH. I can buy and send and receive Atom, but I can't swap or bridge. On what platform? Mark, that's a compelling argument that I completely agree with. Fake news. Atom, good morning, Matt. Bricks token is pumping. It's up 68%. I did see that. We just kind of took a look at it, or taken a look at it. Where it's currently up 89% at the moment, 91%. So it's up to about 31, 32 cents. Seeing that this has about $4.3 million worth of volume, which can have an impact on something that only has $35 million of a market cap. However, looking at this over the last 7 days, it's up 1,285%. I'm not going to be a part of something that's up 1,285%. That's way too high, and you're putting yourself at risk of, catching the top or buying at the top and, losing everything on the way down. So, not saying that it's not a good play, but it's just not for me right now. We got 150 people here, guys. If you can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Get me up to 150 likes. I would love to get to that point. It does help out with growth, helps out the channel. And yeah, I hope Shiberium will make good on Metaverse. That can complete on Sandbox and Gala. That can compete with Sandbox and Gala. So for me, Gala, I'm kind of pissed off about Gala, and it's kind of my fault, right? I should have done what I needed to do in order to move to Gala 2, right? 2.0 or whatever the migration was. I still have Gala version 1. And yeah, that's sitting over in Coinbase, and I can't move it. I can't do anything with it. But when it comes to the metaverse and what Shiberium and Shib can do, I don't see how they're going to maintain this metaverse as something as big as what people think a metaverse is, right? Metaverses are great. You can build things. You can have stores within it, use cases for different cryptocurrencies, but maintaining it costs a lot.
Goran Tomic donated $5 through Superchat. Having issue buying Crow on the app and KuCoin, are you having issues trying to buy it?
So I'm not having issues buying CRO, having issues buying CRO on the app and KuCoin. So on the Kronos app, you're having issues doing that? Yeah, I don't think I'm having any type of issues there. I haven't tried to buy it, but you're gonna force me to try and buy some CRO at this point. I'm going to go on crypto.com and see if I have the ability for KuCoin. I don't think I'll have the ability to even access it because, it's not accessible or shouldn't be available in the US, right? At this moment. I just accepted terms that I did not read. I don't know why I did that, but I just accepted terms that came up that I didn't know what it said. Now I might have just given my life away for whatever's on crypto.com. So let me go over here and let me see if I wanted to go to CRO. I feel like, where's CRO? Why is it not popping up? Oh, buddy. Yeah, I'm not having any issues. I'm not having any issues right now. So I don't know what type of issues you're having. Like, what is it saying? Yes, it's saying not supported in the US. For KuCoin on both the CRO app and KuCoin. Yeah, I'm not seeing that on crypto.com, but maybe on KuCoin I can believe that. So I don't know why it would say not supported in the US for CRO. I lost all my Gallo when I tried transferring my wallet to the exchange. I did not know of this Gala 2.0. Yeah, I mean, it was something that I didn't fully pay attention to as well. So maybe I'll take sort of the blame, some sort of blame there, because if I would have known about that and I knew about it after the fact, some people I think tried to make me aware of this during the live stream, but I didn't ignore it. I just didn't. I didn't go through it. And I remember seeing comments of that. I just have to a lot of times skip forward because I miss a lot of messages. I'm going to try and buy 5K. Give me a second, and I'll let you know. Yeah, I'm not seeing any issues for me on crypto.com. Holy sheet. Thank you for the $5 super chat, by the way, Goran. I appreciate that. All right, let's look at Shib really quick. And before we do that, somebody asked me, where do I think Terra Luna Classic's gonna go? So I think Terra Luna Classic is definitely unique, right? It kind of falls for some people under that category of maybe being a meme position because it does have the popularity, and the only reason that it has that popularity is because how far it has fallen and the opportunity that it has to get back. Now, the issue that we've been having is the community is not really on the same page, and I put out a video yesterday really talking about that, kind of getting into more of a rant, honestly, and I didn't mean to get into that rant during that video, but it really shows the passion that I have for the recovery process and Terra Luna Classic as a whole, and even the entire Classic chain, right? But where do I see Classic going? My overall opinion is that it has the ability to easily get to a level of 10% of a penny and all the way up to a penny, because you're looking at a penny at a $58 billion market cap. And I believe any project has the ability to get there, especially one that has a lot of popularity and people behind it. We've seen less from, or we've seen more from projects with less. So the fact that it has the popularity and has a community and has support, it can get up to those points. So anywhere from a $5.8 billion market cap to a $58 billion market cap, within that range, I definitely see it happening. Um, so yeah, and that $5.8 billion market cap will come, at a price of not only this drop zero here, but also a dropped third zero. So instead of seeing it, because currently it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's Shiba Inu. For Terra Luna Classic, it's at 4 zeros. So you would drop that fourth zero, and not only the fourth zero, but also the third zero to get to 2 zeros there. So that's my thought process for Terra Luna Classic. But currently, for Shiba Inu, we're currently sitting at about 5 zeros, trying to break this level and drop this zero here, which gets us to a $58 billion or $5.8 billion market cap. But getting to a $58 billion market cap is definitely possible for Shiba Inu. We've seen it up to a $40 billion market cap before. And, with the amount of holders that are in it, I definitely believe that this can go a lot further. But the real question comes around if Shiberium is going to have an impact. And I think it will have an impact. It's just whether the impact lasts longer, depending on if we see burns that are happening for Shiba Inu. And from the information that I hear, they're predicting that we're going to see a ton of burns for Shiba Inu in the years to come. So I'm excited about that, but I'm also skeptical. When will it hit 1 cent? 1 cent's going to be tough. So you need to see the burns that are happening. If you're talking about their predictions on how much we'll burn, there's predictions out there that say we will burn trillions every month. I'm not thinking that that's going to be the case, but they're saying that we're going to burn the trillions every single month, meaning that we can burn tens of trillions every year, saying that it may take us 10 years to burn down the entire supply if we actually can see that all happen, right? And if we burn down the entire supply, that gives us the ability to get to that 1 cent mark or 10-cent mark or $1 mark at those levels. So if anything, if we do have the ability to burn that much, let's say 5 or 10 years, and I thought we would have more of a burn before this, so I thought it would be 5 or 10 years from the first time really covering it, as we saw burns start to come on and community build on burns, as well as the ecosystem devs promising all of those different burns that we were supposed to see, even though none of them really turned out to burn anything. Let's hope for the best here. And if we don't have those burns and we have nothing there, then that 5 to 10 year mark comes off the table and it doesn't get to a penny ever. But what it does do is still have the ability to increase because of the holders and the people that believe in the project. Well then, Matt, you're going to hate my Lunic video if I ever get it recorded. I heard that you had I saw, I think on Twitter, that you were having issues that you didn't have any audio. And I was like, I definitely know where he's coming from. Like, I've been there 700 times at this point. And it seems like even though sometimes I'll check the audio and it'll show up here, the one time I put it in the editor and it only brought the video instead of bringing the audio with it. And I was like, why would you think, why would the editor default to only bringing the video in there and not bringing the audio? I was like, what in the world are they on? And I had to edit it because I had Shark Tank videos in the background. You're talking about everything but Shiba Inu in this video. What? I literally have Shiba Inu on the screen and I just spent like 10 minutes talking about it. Dennis says all eyes are on Shiba Inu. Says nothing about talking about it. But I am talking about it. I have been talking about a lot of other projects, but I've spent maybe out of the hour and 9 minutes that I've been live, I've probably spent like 20 minutes on Shiba Inu. You think the 1.5 billion SHIB is enough? Do I think 1.5 billion SHIB is enough for you to hold? 1.5 billion SHIB is amazing. I mean, you're probably you probably bought at a lower price, so it gives you definitely the ability to see massive gains from that 1.5 billion. So absolutely. How much SHIB do you have now? I have 200 plus million. So I did have, I think at my highest point when I was trying to get a day trade in, I had about 600 or almost 700 million, but I sold 450 million. The short term one was supposed to be selling that, but honestly, if things keep going the way that it is revenue wise, a lot of my short term investments are going to be gone because the positions that I believe in the most are going to be, CRO, are going to be, I want to keep Krill coin because I want to see the success there, farm coin as well. I want to see success in Jasmine coin. I want to see success in Lunic. So definitely CRO and Lunic are staying, right? CRO, Lunic, Jasmine coin, those are all staying there. Um, let's say hopefully everything else isn't really up for grabs there, but um, Harvest Finance, I want to stay. XRP, I want to stay there as well. But again, if things or keep going south with revenue wise on YouTube, I'm taking my short term investments rather than my long term investments out. So maybe a little bit tough there. So yeah, not a crazy amount. The issue wasn't with my audio. The issue was with my brain. I never even checked the audio ahead of time. I There's a lot of times I don't do it either, and I'll do it after the fact. The one time I recorded two videos and then figured out that there was no audio on the third video because I had to go into the other video to see which one it was. And the only reason that I didn't record a third video without audio was because I had to go into that video to see what it was to put the title before I upload it. And I went in there and noticed that I heard nothing. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I had to go back, record the videos. And like the videos seem like when you post it, when you get it all posted and everything, it seems like it doesn't take a lot of time. But when you have to re-record it, it takes a lot of time. And it also gets you frustrated. So it takes a lot of the passion out of what you were talking about. Especially if it was all first reaction or reading something that you never seen there before. So yeah. Like button, folks, poor favor. Had to step out. Matt, can you please repeat everything you said in the last 15 minutes? Yes, it's called rewind. That's what a video's for, and you have access to the entire live stream. What I also send. Know what I also send? No, no. Where do you see Kronos in the bull market? I've talked about this, and I want to set maybe some expectations, maybe a little bit lower. But the $4 mark is something that I'm always looking for that $100 billion mark to get to. And I think you'll have definitely resistance points before then, definitely at a level of 50 cents, definitely at a level of 75 cents, a dollar, and then see it creep up to levels of $1.25, $1.50. And all of these levels may be significant depending on how much volume is going into them. And some of them you might end up just breaking completely through those levels. But they will be significant levels that people will set as places to sell a certain amount. And that's a good thing, right? You want to have people that are selling the position, creating a healthy movement within it. And that's what I plan to do. When I see it up to, a level of $1, yes, I'll take 20,000 coins, would be $20,000. I'll probably take a good $4,000 as it does retrace to maybe like 70 cents or so, maybe 60 cents. I'll take like 2,000 of that 20,000 and throw it back in there, which will get me a decent amount of coins. And then I'll be able to take those coins as well and sell those at a higher point, which is about $1.50. So I'll continue to day trade with some of the coins, or some of the dollar values that I pull out. That's why I want to take my initial investment plus profit, because some of that profit I want to, put in there and continue to move around. $12,000 is probably going to be the amount that I, just put into the bank account or something, or throw into long-term investments. But then $8,000 would be amounts that I want to play with. So any news on Jasmine recently? Not any brand new news. I really don't have much. So I've been trying to find something because I want to talk about Jasmine Coin, but if I don't have anything, I'm just not gonna. I try to look up predictions or anything there, but I've already been down that road. Um, why would things go south on YouTube? You are the only one. You are one of the only ones out there that speaks the truth and doesn't hype up things. Well, the issue is that not hyping up things doesn't really pay out a ton, right? If I just go, it's confirmed Shiberium is going to $1, and obviously it'll get maybe 15,000 views. People will be upset, and it'll be like clickbait and all that other stuff, but it will provide a ton of engagement, and people will continue to come to this channel if I decided to do that, which would end up paying out a lot better, right? Because if I get somewhere around 15 to 30,000 views in a day from live streams and all the videos, then that equals a really good payout, right? Plus whatever super chats there are, and whatever else we have, any Patreon subscriptions or anything like that. When I say things go south, I mean YouTube revenue going south, because right now, YouTube revenue is pretty much at its lowest that it has been in the last 2 years, honestly. And that's the reason is because the market has been down so much that people are losing a lot of interest within the crypto market. So they're not getting regular updates on it, and they're just going on with their lives, their regular day working, because everybody has a working schedule. And since I'm full time on YouTube, the past year, or the year since I left my job, was amazing, right? It was great on revenue from the month of February to February of 2023, and then after that year, that's when it started to kind of decline a lot, because the interest and how the markets have been down has been kind of not great. But eventually it'll get back to that point when the markets are up, but the markets are taking forever to go back up. And if it takes until 2025 to go back up, that would be horrible. And it would mean that I would either need to start pulling from, well, one, we would need to cut expenses, because our expenses have always been high, which we have been doing, or I would go back to being a senior accountant, or even higher than that, honestly, because now that I have my MBA and I have 6 years worth of experience, I can go at a higher position. And if I would be going to a newer place, I would be getting paid a lot more than what I was getting paid at my previous job there. And I would still be uploading videos, I just wouldn't be streaming as much. So, and the issue with I would have to go like part-time, because I would have to pick up Harper from the bus stop, but I still would be able to get paid more than what I was getting paid at my previous job there. So I don't know. It really all depends, because right now, as time is going by, I'm pulling from short-term investments, um, and that's not a good thing to do. I don't want to because I feel like these short-term investments can have so much room for growth, but if I pull the money out, then the the room for growth is gone completely. So yeah, it's a mission, but we'll work through it. I want to try and work through it without having to give up, uh, having the freedom and having this business because I still do make a decent amount. It's just too much for or not enough for our expenses, which I'm limiting those. I'm starting to actually budget again and budget effectively, not just budget um, the way that. Um, sorry, I got distracted by something. But I'm trying to budget effectively. Sorry, let me scroll down here. It should have been of there we go.
Superfly Vibrations donated $11.11 through Super Chat. Love your work. Keep it up. Bull run soon.
I would love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for that super chat. I greatly appreciate it. The $11 super chat, it means a lot. It goes a long way. Even though YouTube takes 30% of it, it still means a hell of a lot to me, that you send a super chat. When we saw bull markets, it wasn't even about the super chats for me. It was more about um, just having people engaged and being able to talk about cryptocurrency. And we had like 500 to 1,000 people that were here. And some points in the beginning of like the whole AMC situation, it was like 15 to 16,000 people that were in the live streams, which was fantastic. Um, but I can't wait for that bull run. Obviously, I can't wait for it because I don't want to get to the point where I'm pulling from long-term investments because I just don't, right? The long-term investments should stay where they are. Yes, no guy. What are you talking about? At least you don't own a restaurant or a car dealership, Harry. People like you don't even need crypto to make it. Yeah, that's true. Um, but I feel like a car dealership you would have a decent amount. I guess they're making a lot in used cars, but as they're trying to replenish inventory, it's also costing them a lot to get those used cars. So they're also upselling the amount that they're charging for those used cars because, or they're not getting that inventory because it just costs too much. So yeah, I guess that's true. But a restaurant, yeah, I understand that as well. Um, but yeah, this is something that I love to do, like being able to create videos, um, and come on here and just speak my mind on how I feel about a certain position, but also give you kind of um, the real information, bad and the good, rather than just hyping up something. That's what I want to do. I wish that YouTube would push it out a lot more and give people notifications and all of that stuff. And that's why I'm trying to push Kick a lot more because yeah, shoot back here a lot. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to push Kick a lot more because I feel as though. And thank you for following, by the way, about an hour ago. Not too fast. Thank you for following. Um, that's why I'm trying to push Kick a lot more because they send out notifications. From what I'm understanding, they send out an email as well. So um, just continuing to improve my craft, and as long as I stay consistent, we'll get there. So again, Superfly Vibrations, thank you for that super chat. Matt, you should have open that Wellies franchise spot. You'd be set. Yeah, yeah, sure. 1111, good luck numbers. Um, I got that super fly. Come on, Bull Run. I want to retire to the Philippines. Chick-fil-A is a franchise to own. It's guaranteed $1 million plus store. The issue is that there's Chick-fil-A's pretty much everywhere. You would have to find a place that's kind of out of the way in order to build a Chick-fil-A, but I didn't mean to rhyme there, but I did. And then you also have to find the right location, which typically there's a Chick-fil-A in every single location there. So, I mean, as you start building more south, I guess you really don't have many Chick-fil-A's. Most of them are up in like a certain place. I'd have to. Are they everywhere? Chick-fil-A locations by map. But you know what? They're pretty much everywhere. Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Louisiana, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Ohio, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, West Virginia, Wyoming, just pretty much everywhere. I don't know how many they have in certain places. So, like if I click on, I don't know, Louisiana, they have a bunch of locations there. So they have locations everywhere. And the crazy thing is, like, I don't think the thank you for becoming a member. Uh how do I say that? As us wild. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Pretty much everywhere. They started in Atlanta. Okay, they started down like southern or middle of the country. Is that considered middle or is that southern? Atlanta, Georgia is southern. Horrible with geography. I'm horrible with geometry. That's what I meant to say. Thank you for subscribing, Nick. I appreciate that. ACO is definitely south. Are you sure? Are you positive? Crazy thing is, my family's from Georgia. Georgia and the North Carolina Erica area. Thinking of my wife here. They're gold standard when it comes to chicken sandwich. They're the gold standard. I don't think they're the gold standard when it comes to chicken sandwiches. I mean, I can eat it. I'm not saying it's horrible, but they're not the gold standard. Gold standard is home cooking. You gotta cook it yourself. Price prediction for Hbar. I haven't looked at Hbar, so I don't really know what they're doing. But I'm sure they'll have some success within the bull market. Currently seeing it at a 1.9 billion-dollar market cap, and seeing um, their sandwich doesn't need sauce like some places. I mean, it it kind of does. Every time someone buys it, I always see them get the Chick-fil-A sauce that has to go with it. My wife will put the Chick-fil-A sauce on it. I like spicy sandwiches, so I eat the spicy sandwich, but it's still not uh, flavorful enough, I would say. You get most of the spice from the pepper jack cheese, seems like. Um, but I eat it from time to time. But anyways, H bar currently sitting at a $1.9 billion market cap, seeing a $57 million volume day, which is down 63%. It's been falling quite a bit. It's down again 4%. If we look over the last 7 days, it's actually up 11% over the last month, up 26% over the last year. It's been down 21%. If we look at all history, it is down 85% from where it started, and you have seen this at a high price of about 47 cents. Now, I don't know what the market cap was at that point. It shows that it was at a $6 billion market cap. So you have quite a bit of room for growth. To see that up at some of these levels, I would probably say if you were looking for it, and I'm not a big fan of H bar. I know nothing really about H bar, but if I was looking at just the chart history, I'd probably say in a bull run for something that has a $2 billion market cap, was previously at a $6 billion market cap, and held above a $5 billion market cap for quite some time. Sorry, held above a $4 billion market cap for quite some time. I definitely see this, at the ability to reach that $10 billion market cap within a bull run, maybe even further than that. But I'm trying to keep my predictions a little bit lower, expectations a little bit lower, so that when you do see something that's maybe something a lot higher, um, then it just feels a lot better, right? So their success is based on politeness, southern hospitality. It's my pleasure. Replace, no problem. You're welcome. They were a client of mine. So yeah, I always say, when people say like thank you, I'll say no problem, or I'll say you're welcome. But I never say it's my pleasure. Um, but yes, I don't even want to say thank you, because it feels like people are annoyed saying that, because they have to say it if you say thank you. I've had people say no problem to me or you're welcome before, but they may have been new, right? I get the spicy sandwich, and personally, I don't need any sauce. Yeah, I always need some sort of sauce there, because the bread is just dry. I'm not saying the chicken doesn't have any flavor. The chicken does have flavor, but it's not, and it's not it's not enough flavor. It's like the um it's good. I'll eat it. But if I had to choose, and if my children had to choose, I could tell you. I mean, they choose either one. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I want Chick-fil-A," or I want Popeyes." Or they'll even say they want Bojangles, which is fantastic, by the way. But that's more of just like regular chicken. I am starving right now, and I don't know why I'm talking about this stuff. This might have been covered, but what is this I'm hearing? Shib might partner with Twitter X, or Twitter or X. Sorry, had to drop son off to the daycare. So I haven't heard of any type of partnership. From what I've seen, there were a couple of comments in my video yesterday asking me about that, and I haven't seen um, that. Sorry, let me go back. I haven't seen that Shib will be partnering with Twitter, because if they do, that's the wrong dog coin. That doesn't make sense to me, at least. I haven't looked up anything though, because I saw something about it, but I haven't looked up anything. Um, uh, Typing over here. I cannot type. Partnership. I can't type for some reason. Um, yeah, I don't see anything. Because I see something, I guess 15 hours ago, that was created by December DeMarco, which I haven't seen a video by him in a while. I guess since, like, Shib was doing like AMAs on a more frequent basis. So I don't know. I'll have to look at what he has to say about that, and then also dive into, yeah, because this is I typed in Shib partnership, and it shows a Twitter account that says Shib Partnership. It's at Shib Partnership, which I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, I'll have to check into that and see what's happening there and what DeMarco has to say about it. Chicken and Crypto, new YouTube channel. I'll take 5% for the IP. When do you think we'll see a pop up on Shib? A pop up on Shib and Bone. So we've seen a decent amount of growth for Shib and Bone. Like if we look at the last, let's say 7 days, we've seen this grow by 20%. The last month, it's up by 31%. And obviously the last year, you're going to see that it is down. But the last month, it's up 31% for Shiba Inu here, if you want to see that. And then if we go to Bone has been up for the last 7 days as well. It's down today, but it's still, that's wrong. The last 7 days, it is not up, but the last month, it is up 20%. So we've already seen a little bit of an increase, but it's not the increase that everybody wants. It really depends. So I expect to see a decent sized pop, maybe a little bit beforehand. Maybe even a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. And I hope that that's not the case. I hope that we see it continue because obviously I want it to continue and a lot of other people do as well. But probably a little bit beforehand, maybe a few days beforehand, we should see, a decent amount of an impact. Maybe somewhere around, let's say the 13th. What's today? Today is Thursday, right? So Friday would be the 11th, the 12th, 13th. So maybe on the 14th, or Friday. Actually, you know what? We have the weekend. So sorry, give me a second. Need to stretch. So we have the weekend to where we can see a reaction, and it might end up seeing a pop during the weekend. So yeah, that's what I would go with. Wait, sorry, CPI went up. Is that what somebody's saying? Yeah, CPI has risen. Wait a second. Which is the first time it rose in how many months? CPI expectations. So expectation was for it to rise. It's still it's higher than previous. So if we're looking at CPI data, it fell for what? However many straight months. Let's look at the last five years. I kind of want to break it down in a different chart. I want to see the previous. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It did drop for a full year straight, 12 straight months. And then now this is the first month that we've seen inflation rise. I'll put that on the NFA channel. Maybe we can make a video about that. There we go. Whew. That's crazy though. All right, guys. I think we're going to get out of here. Some companies named Capri is going crazy in the pre-market. Market was expecting 3.3 and we got 3.2. It's still an increase over previous year. Sorry, previous month. So we probably green today. Being under it, but then being higher than previous. I don't know. Possibly. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of YouTube. We are going to be over on Kick. If you guys want to join me on Kick, the link is at the top of the chat. You'll see that link there. You can click that link. If you're not a part of Kick, be a part of Kick. and join me over there. But we're gonna finish this live stream, maybe do like an hour over on Kick, where we are live right now, still on Kick. So um, join me over on that platform. Hit that button and hit that follow button as you get over there. But before you leave here, make sure you guys hit the like button if you haven't done so. I appreciate everybody, all of the moderators, all of the subscribers, all of the members, the super chats as well. Just everything. I appreciate you guys big time for everything that you do. So again, join me over on Kick. The link is in the top of the chat, and I will catch you on YouTube in a later video. So see ya.